My name is John McKeon, and I'm the moderator of the Teradata Aprimo River community, Teradata Aprimo's largest customer community. You can connect with us at teradataRiver2.com. Today, we'll be talking with Amardeep Singh, Data Warehouse Administrator for Gilt in the River community. Gilt is a members-only shopping group that carries top designer labels at 60% off retail. Welcome to the River.
Thank you.
Amardeep is presenting at this year's Partners Conference on using SQL-MapReduce to integrate with Google's information infrastructure, a very timely presentation. Amardeep, why this approach? Is it an issue of flexibility? Is it an issue of linking to a direct data source? Why are you using this approach?
We went with this approach because it does fit in nicely with Google's infrastructure, giving us the flexibility to make a call to Google, asking them for a data set and have their systems perform the calculations and just provide the end result to our users. Whatever the data set that our users may want, they have the flexibility to request that of Google's infrastructure, and Google's infrastructure would do the calculation and provide it to the users in a tabular form within the data warehouse.
So when you're using SQL-MapReduce, and this is, I think, the Aster Platform, what type of leverage on the nodes are you getting, and what about any parallel calls to Google?
So currently we have 6-node cluster of Aster's N-cluster platform. So each of our 6 nodes will make parallel calls to Google, each of them simultaneously pulling down some block of records and then aggregating it all together into the data warehouse. So instead of just getting the throughput of one call at a time, we can make 6 at a time, and that can scale up to as many nodes as we have in our cluster.
So basically, it sounds like you're getting maximum throughput for the nodes that you have. What about other uses? What other uses could you put this technology to?
We can use this same technology to essentially connect to any external data source that provides a web services API. For example, we integrate with other vendors that give us customer information. So we can reach out to a vendor in real time, asking them to send us back information on user John Doe. And the vendor would respond with the information on this user, and it would be presented as a table to our user base internally at Gilt.
So are you able to do processing and joins in real time?
Yes, that's correct. We can use the SQL-MapReduce platform to pull data from an external data source and simultaneously join it to an internal data source. So everything just works seamlessly together, and it's all transparent to the user. They don't know if all the information is stored internally to our web system or externally. They just have access to information.
So in terms of your external data sources, what type of data retrieval volumes are you doing?
We've tested it, and it scales up to hundreds of thousands of rows within a matter of minutes.
What other types of uses are you going to be able to apply this approach toward?
It depends on the external vendor's infrastructure as well. So if they can keep up with our demands, then it can scale up to very large volumes. So in case of Google's infrastructure, they've been able to keep up with our parallel calls. So for example, 6 nodes making parallel calls, they're able to pull down large volumes of information pretty efficiently. Obviously not as fast as an internal data store that's stored within our servers, but it's very efficient.
Amardeep Singh, Database Warehouse Administrator for Gilt. It should be a very interesting presentation, particularly when you're trying to do SQL-MapReduce to integrate Google's information infrastructure. Look forward to seeing you at Partners.
Thank you.